Hello, Bucs fans. Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Buccaneers secondary, how they can improve, and what can they do to get more consistency overall from that unit. Because last year it was just very up and down, injuries galore, guys going in and out every week. It seemed like. So, what can they do this offseason to make this unit better? Well, I think there's a couple guys they could target in free agency, and we'll get to those in a second. But just looking at the group overall, Jamel Dean is probably on the fence whether he's going to get traded potentially or just flat out released. The Buccaneers could save around eight million in cap space if they let him go. There's also a possibility they could hold on to him and wait and see who they can add to the position, whether that's free agency or the draft. As far as the rest of the group, I like what we saw from Zion McCollum, Tyke Smith, and you would hope Antoine Winfield can return to form back in 2023 when he was fully healthy. So I would expect those guys to continue to rise and get better, get more consistent overall. So you have three good, solid pieces right there, and obviously a cornerstone in Antoine Winfield Jr. Now it's figuring out the other corner position and also the strong safety position. Jordan Whitehead could also be let go. He was disappointing last year. He had his ups and downs as well. Faced multiple injuries throughout the year, and most recently was in a car accident. So we just don't know what his availability is going to be or how healthy he's going to return in 2025. So that puts the secondary up in question. It puts them at a point where the Buccaneers are definitely going to be looking to add multiple players there, and I would expect them to attack free agency aggressively at that position to try to bring in a veteran that can come in and provide upside and also potentially more turnovers because the unit just wasn't good enough in that area. They only had 6 takeaways from the secondary, and that just isn't going to cut it. They just have to be better in that regard. So I want to turn my attention to some free agents, and we'll start with Brian Murphy Jr. from the Minnesota Vikings. He is slated to be a free agent, and I think he would be a really good addition. Again, stands at 5'11", 190 pounds, and he is just an overall playmaker. He always gets his hands on the ball. As you see there, 14 pass defenses, 6 interceptions. Really good as far as playing press man coverage. He can play in zone, does a really good job of reading things. And yeah, I mean, he would just be fun to have. Again, he is an instant ball hawk. He knows how to get after the football, knows how to high point, read the route concepts, and always around the football. So I think that would be really cool to add him to the team, and he could be that other corner for you opposite of Zion McCollum, and he can also has ability to play inside as well. So Brian Murphy Jr. is definitely a target to consider, and I think he would be, someone that the Buccaneers could be interested in as we get closer to free agency. And again, it just depends if he makes it there. Um, this is him entering, his third contract of his career. He was with Arizona originally and did pretty well for them. Again, as you see, he's always a playmaker, has 14 career picks. Last year was a career high for him, but he's always getting the hands on the football, which is impressive with his pass breakups, as you see there. Usually one of the tops in the league overall. So that is good news. Now, as we move to, my next targets, these guys are a little bit riskier just because of their injury history and what they've done recently. I really like Charvarius Ward or Charvarius Ward. I think he would be a very interesting addition. Again, he's going to slate to be a free agent. He's 28 years old, going to be 29 for this upcoming season. He's 6'1", 196 pounds, so he's got that length that the Buccaneers look for. And when you look at his 2023 season, he was really good. 5 interceptions that year. He had 23 pass breakups. So just an insane season back in 2023. Kind of tailed off this year. He missed, 5 games. Still a very good player though, and I think he would be someone to look at. Maybe give like a 1 year free agent deal, kind of like a uh, flyer deal, kind of like see if he's fully back to what he can perform, and maybe cashes out on his next contract. But he would be someone that I think the Buccaneers could be very interested in if health checks out and everything checks out there. But definitely one to take a chance on, I feel. And then, and just looking at his tape, when see him play again, he is aggressive, he plays good press man coverage, he's ability to make plays, hand catcher. And again, this is tape from 2023, so just his ability to make plays on the ball, very important. And I like how he reads things, again, good in zone, and ability to just make an impact in that secondary. And that's something that the Buccaneers need. They need a playmaker to go alongside Antoine Winfield Jr. For sure. And my last target, this would be a big risk, and that's Paulson Adebo. He is coming off a broken femur, so there is a chance he might not be ready, for the start of the season. It just depends on how his recovery is going. But I could see him being someone that, if he does make it to free agency, could be a valued target. And you could maybe get him for a team friendly contract just because of the injury that he's coming off of. We'll have to see like how he's progressing through his rehab and stuff. But last year when he played, he was fairly good. He played in 7 games. He had 3 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and was pretty solid overall. I think he would make a lot of sense. Again, fits the bill for what the Bucs look for in terms of size and length. That's 6'1", 192 pounds, and I think he would be someone to just to monitor and see if he makes it through that first wave of free agency, and maybe you can get him on a 1 year deal, kind of take a flyer and hope for the best, kind of that high risk, high reward type of move, just because of the injury. But when you look at his tape, again, he's another guy that finds a way to be around the football. He's aggressive in how he covers, can play press man, can be physical at the point of attack, good tackler. Again, he's another one that I think the Bucs could be interested in, just seeing how he plays and his ability to make plays on the football. And that's important. That is something they have to get on their defense for next year. And you got to find players that are consistently making these types of plays. So you can see they're even made a play against the Bucs. So yeah, those are 3 guys that I think would be really interesting to add to this room and just build the overall depth chart, especially in the secondary. And yeah, I think all those names are very intriguing and could add a spark to the secondary, and can bring, potentially more turnovers, more playmaking ability. And that's something the Buccaneers need. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts of these free agent targets. Do you have any other free agent cornerbacks that you would like the Buccaneers to look at? Let us know in the comments. And with that said, until the next one.